cystic fibrosis?
I don't like it.
Why?
Treatment.
Treatment? What don't you like about treatment?
Nebs.
The nebulizer?
And the sinus rinse.
And the sinus rinse? What else? Enzymes? He really doesn't like talking about CF.
Nope.
I remember we were told about his heart originally when he was born. The doctor heard a heart murmur, so we weren't even thinking lungs and cystic fibrosis at the time. They thought it was just a small hole in the heart. That's how everything started.
The only thing I could really remember where it's like really hit me that I have cystic fibrosis, like hard like that, was when I got diagnosed with Burkholderia cepacia. It was kind of like, oh, if you have cepacia, they put like a time limit on you.
It was a crushing feeling when we found out it was cystic fibrosis. We had to give him enzymes as a tiny baby.
Through a feeding tube, and the enzymes are bigger in diameter than the feeding tube.
Yeah, that was a struggle.
My sister, Michelle, was born with cystic fibrosis. My sister was my best friend. She was just everything to me. We had all of these plans. She was going to graduate from RIT. We wanted to move to North Carolina and raise families together and just live on the beach and just live the dream.
CF is a genetic disease that affects really the entire body, but the biggest effect is on the lungs. Individuals with CF can't break down mucus.
And over time, your body just kind of like, it wears on you and starts like deteriorate your lungs. You know, it was just kind of like, that was my life. I kind of learned to live with it.
Individuals with cystic fibrosis will have a shortened life expectancy. Our goal is to make their lives here on Earth as good as we could possibly make them and as comfortable as we can possibly make it for them. I'm Anthony Simonetti. I am the president of the Just Breathe Foundation and board member.
I'm Stacy Jackson, and I am now the vice president of the Just Breathe Foundation. My interest in the Just Breathe Foundation is because my sister was born with cystic fibrosis. She passed away at the age of 22, and since she passed away, I've constantly been looking for a way to continue to be involved in the cystic fibrosis community.
My sister Jenna, she was diagnosed at age 6 with CF, and growing up over the years, I could see that the struggle medically was there, and I could see the amount of time that was spent on the cystic fibrosis maintenance, and we felt that there had to be something that we can do to give back to not only her, but to other people in the community that have these struggles and that don't have the financial capabilities that our family may have. this was the right move for us to give back and build something that was bigger than us. So that inspired us to take it one step further and start the Just Breathe Foundation.
It's been a little hard the past few months. I've been sick a lot, in and out of the hospital, but I just try to get through it and stay positive.
We got off the plane, it was our connecting flight, and I was having a hard time breathing. I felt like I needed oxygen, so I remember putting that on, and from that moment on, I never took it off.
I think a lot of people with CF, when they go off to college especially, they're testing their independence and they don't have their parents sitting there and telling them, you need to do your treatments, you need to take this medicine, you need to do this. And you will see a lot of times individuals get more sick when they go off to college. And that's what happened with Michelle. And she started coughing up blood when she would just try to walk up a flight of stairs.
The thing I don't like is sinus rinse. When I put water on my nose and boogers come out.
Yeah, he's got to do the sinus rinse twice a day because he's got polyps. So he just had his first sinus surgery in February to remove polyps.
And I had my birthday in the hospital and I didn't like this year.
Yeah, but we had fun. We had a little party for you.
Yeah, but I didn't have that much friends.
Do you remember how many birthday cards you got in the hospital? That was cool.
Yeah, but I wanted my birthday at home because I get more friends, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And I never get to spend the night at a friend's house, but Evan and Natalie does. And it's not fair.
It got to the point where she was too sick to be at Upstate, but potentially not sick enough for a transplant just yet. I wrote her a letter every single day. I just always thought that she would be okay. So I don't know if she knew that we were there, but I was still talking to her. I didn't leave her side that night, though. We stayed in the hospital, right by her bed. And the following morning, on October 12th, when the doctors came in and rounded, they said that it would be pretty soon. I still was in denial. And that afternoon, she passed away. And I think that it wasn't for a while that I finally dealt with it and realized that I needed to do more. I needed to do something in order to fill that void. Getting involved in the Just Breathe Foundation has helped me immensely to continue to give back to those in the community with cystic fibrosis.
I had to become a stay-at-home dad to start taking care of Gavin because Christy had to go back to work because maternity leave was done. So I had to take the role of healthcare provider. We both, are financially doing better with our careers, but 10 years later, it's still a major concern. It's still a major concern. And even with medical insurance, that's not a guarantee. Because if one of the companies miscommunicates with another one, you all of a sudden have a $13,000 bill to the hospital you weren't expecting because there was an unexplained lapse in insurance that shouldn't have been there. We've been scared before where we didn't know he didn't have insurance and we'd go to pick up his medications and they wanted $30,000. I mean, one of them is over $10,000 a month from what the last time I saw it that he takes. And if that insurance went away for any reason, we couldn't afford to keep him alive.
It can be really hard at times because a lot of the medication's really expensive, and not only do I have to be on it, but my brother does too. So, like, our insurance is really good, but a lot of it they don't cover, so we do have to pay out of pocket for it.
Lung transplants are kind of the final step of cystic fibrosis. At some point, individuals who live with CF, their lungs just begin to shut down, and that then requires a lung transplant, usually a double lung transplant.
That's like your last option. And I was there. So the ambulance came, and I remember like when they were there, that was like the time that I really felt like this could be like the end of my life. I remember focusing on my door to go outside in like the corner, and that was like when I was like having a conversation with God. And I kind of felt like that was the time where I knew I would be okay, and I was like okay with even dying.
Those surgeries are extremely expensive. Estimates range from a couple $100,000 to, I've seen it as high as close to $750,000 for one transplant.
I was like being wheeled down for surgery. Even that, I don't think I was ready. I don't know, I was just really, really fearful of it. Just, I think the unknown of like not knowing if I'd wake up. I had 2 dry runs, and then the third one was on Thanksgiving Day, and that is where the miracle happened. The unknown Savior. I remember waking up from surgery, and I was awake, but I couldn't talk. I have bad anxiety to begin with, so feeling like you're awake but you can't communicate was like horrific. That was horrible. And I would try to communicate on paper, a bunch of scribbles saying that I regret this and I hate this is horrible, why did I do this? I think when I started to emotionally think about that, and I'm already not on oxygen, it could only get better from here. After a month, they send you off on your way. The real world. My father was with me throughout the whole entire journey. He was with me. I remember being in the apartment that we were living in Pittsburgh, and we went to the grocery store, and I was able to shop around on my own and cook dinner for us that night, and I hadn't been able to do that in a really long time, so that was a huge step for me. Even, being able to walk up the steps at Target there was like, wow.
Thankfully, she was given that second chance, and she is doing things that she hasn't been able to do for most of her life. So it's it's great to see.
I don't remember the last time I felt this good.
In the back of my head, I still know that she has cystic fibrosis, and her life will likely be shortened from that disease. Although she has been given a amazing extension of her life, it's something that I know that she'll have to battle for years to come.
I mean, I don't know how the average person would ever afford to go through that. I'm pretty blessed that I have a supportive family, and the foundation alone was a huge, huge support during all this.
The funds we raise from the Just Breathe Foundation support individuals in really the Western New York area with any financial difficulties.
It's huge. And being able to make those phone calls and tell someone that we're able to take care of their medical bills for them, that they don't have to worry about that. They can stop stressing about having to choose between staying with their child in the hospital or going to work because they have bills to pay.
As a mother, I naturally worry about everything, and finances is humongous. But knowing that there's people out there that actually care and they help families specifically with cystic fibrosis, it's been huge for us.
A lot of the not-for-profits that are out there are focused on research or, getting finances to companies. When it comes to helping out the patient and the patient's families with struggles, there might be two in the whole state. The Just Breathe Foundation has been excellent in helping us with things like utilities, preventing shutoffs, keeping the heat on in the wintertime. They've helped us with rent. Just Breathe Foundation has been amazing, helping us out over the past years.
They got me the new adjustable bed, and it's amazing because I can prop myself up when I'm coughing a lot, and I can sit up and do my treatments in bed, and it also helps with my joint pain because I can elevate my legs at times. So it really made an impact on my life.
I've seen such a huge incline of what people know about CF now, where I feel like 10 years ago, people are like, what's cystic fibrosis? They couldn't even say it, let alone know the facts that they know now on it.
Being able to tell families that they can just take a deep breath and we're gonna take care of everything is just, there's nothing that compares to it. And I wish that everybody could have that feeling. But I'm very thankful that I have the opportunity to be able to do that every day.
I want to do one more dance.
What's that one?
The hype.
The hype?
Okay, listen what Jake's gonna say.
You're still on medications, and it's still, you kind of traded one thing in for the other, but it's everything else that comes along with it, being able to, watch my nephew and, go to sporting events again and do like everyday activities. I'm working again. I have a house on my own now, and just being able to do things on your own is, you can't really ask for more from what I went through, what I was looking at.
I also started in my own foundation called Live, Love, Breathe Care Packages. I'm sending care packages out to teen girls, the age 13 and 19. And just like inspirational things like fuzzy socks, just to help them get through whatever they're going through.
The Just Breathe Foundation strives to make the lives of individuals with cystic fibrosis more manageable, such as Jenna, Olivia, and Gavin, and their families. And our goal as a foundation is to continue to be able to do that for years to come for other individuals in the CF community.
I feel like every year the ball has gotten bigger, not necessarily in the amount of people that attend, but in its importance and its magnitude in our community. And along with awareness of what the disease is, the ball has allowed people to come together and give back and hear other people's stories, and also to just have a great time.
I just want to thank everybody for the wonderful support that we've had over the years, and without everybody that has supported it over the years, none of this would be possible.
CF ball, though, I think that's kind of like a memory that will go on and last forever. People will be talking about it for years to come, I feel like. I'm just very thankful for every single person that's ever been a part of it.
Thank you so much, Just Breathe. You've really made a big impact on a lot of people living with cystic fibrosis.
Thank you, Just Donation.
Oh, can you say it nice? Say thank you, Just Breathe Foundation.
Thank you, Just